Hey guys. Okay, so we're back for another episode of Fragment. The last episode, it just so much happened. It just everything went wrong. Just it felt like the entire world just collapsed. Like what is also spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched the last part. So if you haven't upon this point, you're gonna get spoiled. So I suggest you go back to watch the other episode. But apparently we found out that those random two persons that we found in the park that day when we were hanging out with Kay are supposedly working with Jasper. So, that is not good because now there are more people that are after us, which isn't good for us because it seems like we are losing all of the people that we're supposedly supposed to be trusting in this or getting to trust. I don't know. But we're gonna get started with this video because I don't even know what's happening anymore. Kiddo, a voice pulls you from your uncomfortable slumber. Kiddo, you alright in there? Yeah, I'm fine. Can I come in? Just a second. What time is it? Almost noon? Crap. Morning. Her tone is almost too cheerful. You don't usually come to wake me up. Is something wrong? No, that's not it. I've been trying not to pry too much when I see you going through a rough time. If I do seem like the sort of kid that just become more withdrawn from the pressure, you might be right about that. But I still kept hoping you'd eventually feel comfortable enough with me that you won't see a need to hide things. Lana, I won't force you. Just know that you can talk to me. Crap. Lana has been so worried about me and I just keep getting more and more secretive. Opening up to Lana is exactly what you wish you could do right now. No, not just what you wish for, what you really need at a time like this. Even if I can't tell her everything. Yeah, I'd like to talk. I don't really know where to start though. How about we take one day at a time? We can talk about yesterday and work our way back as far as you're comfortable with. Just getting a few details off my messy life off my chest would help at this point. So, yesterday, did you and Clive get into a fight? Something like that? I wouldn't describe it as a fight necessarily. I'm not too sure what happened. The best way I can describe it is that he pushed me away. Pushed you away, huh? Knowing Clive, he must have had some reason for whatever he said. You're right. I know there's a reason, but that just makes me feel more complicated about it. If he was just acting like a dumbass for the sake of being a dumbass, then in a way, that would make me feel better. That way, I could just say that whatever he does isn't any concern of mine. But he always seemed to have some reason for what he does, even though his reasons are sometimes excuses. I'm probably not making any sense. I think I understand perfectly. The guy I was dating back when I would babysit you was like that too. Always doing something weird or pushing me away, but always having a reason for what he did. It drove me insane at the time, but when I think about it now, I realize he must have been looking out for me in a way. I'm pretty sure his dad hated me. Didn't want his son dating a girl like me. Don't like people like that, honestly. His dad sounds like an asshole. The biggest asshole you could possibly imagine. But that's a side note. Back to the matter at hand. I know I keep vouching for that kid over and over. I seriously believe Clive is a good dude at the end of the day. Annie, how do you feel about him? Feel? I said I trust him. What about you? Oh, that's what you meant by feel. I don't know. I want to trust him. I really do want to trust him. Because when Jasper showed up, he did seem like he was desperate to get us out of there. So I don't know. I guess Jasper's will is stronger than Clive's. So I guess Jasper forces him to do things that he doesn't want to do. So what holds you back? Too many reasons to count, honestly. He knows Jasper and was probably working with him, which is most likely why he asked me a million questions all the time. He was gathering intel. I don't want to think about it like that. Clive seemed remorseful based on the way he acted when Jasper got there, but on the other hand, he also saved you from Jasper once before, and this second Python attack seems to imply they've been in contact since then. Come on, don't look so complicated. There has to be some part of you that knows how you feel, right? The problem is that my feeling gets sort of jumbled at times. He reminds me of someone, and I can't tell sometimes whether I kinda sorta enjoy our times together because of who Clive is, or because I see him as a replacement for that person. In other words, the complicated look was totally justified. Those are definitely difficult feelings to sort through. Why don't you tell me about this other person? Shannon was always been my best friend. I never thought I needed anyone else until that guy ended up in my life. When I really needed someone that I could rely on and talk to about my problems, he was there. The sort of person you could talk to about anything at all, right? Yeah, being around him was convenient. And you were only friends with him for that convenience? No, that isn't it. Maybe at first. But over time, I started to really like being around him. He was convenient at first, but after a while, he was just like my friend. Sort of like the girl whose homework I copied in high school. Used her for the work until suddenly I was having fun with her. What the heck kind of person was Lana in high school? Why does Clive remind you of that guy? I can't figure out how to word that. Then I think the best course of action is this. Keep hanging out with Clive. That's your solution? Yep, because the more time you spend getting to know him and figuring out the similarities and differences between him and that guy, the easier you'll be able to sort out your feelings towards Clive. You're too good at giving advice. That makes more sense than I thought it would. That's my skill set, unexpectedly good advice. Wouldn't you just want to be, good at advice just for the sake of it and not unexpectedly? Anyway. But how about you come downstairs for now? I bet you're hungry. After sleeping in so late, wanna come help me chop some veggies? Sure, gonna check my phone first. Got it, come down whenever you're ready. After Lana is out of sight, you grab your phone from the charger and wait for it to turn on. Huh? To your surprise though, your notifications are empty aside from Lana's concerned text from last night. You'd expect at least one message from Clive. And that makes me more worried because we don't know what's going on with him now. Hey, everything okay? Clive is being, Clive got me a bit worried. Give me a call or text when you can. Kiddo, come home soon. It's sort of nice to see that Lana cared so much. Can't say the same about Clive, I guess. That idiot. He went out of contact for a while last time something like this happened too. Back then, he did end up messaging you in the end. You just had to wait a bit. Yeah, we're messaging him. But what should I even say? I hope you're safe. Please text me soon to let me know you're safe. Yeah, that should do it. With that out of the way, you head downstairs to help Lana. Yo, just in time. Mind keeping an eye on this pot for me for a moment to make sure it doesn't boil over? Sure. Did you hear from Clive yet? Nope. I half expected to wake up to a million text messages from him. That would have been better, honestly. Because then we'd know he's fine. Hey, what really happened yesterday? It must have been more than just Clive acting weird. That's... Adjusting to life here in Perthon has been rough for you. I tried to make things as easy as I could, but sometimes I wonder... What are you wondering about? Was I doing the right thing by not pushing you to speak out more? Lana... I didn't want you to dislike me, to be honest. I wanted us to be good old pals like we were back in the day. But you're not a kid anymore. You're a grown woman with adult concerns and adult feelings. Maybe it's my fault you didn't end up happier after you left the city. Do not blame yourself for that. That isn't true at all. What are you saying all of a sudden? It isn't your fault. Please don't blame yourself. You're a sweet kid. Then why does your expression look so pained? You want to go home, don't you? You can't deny that you'd feel safer in the familiarity of the city after what happened, even though your instincts still tell you that there are answers left to find here. Yeah, but you see, while there are answers here, there's also death. Because, Jasper is on the prowl. Like a lion chasing a gazelle. You miss being near Shannon, and you even miss your father a little bit. Aww. But is it really okay for me to leave without talking to Clive at least one last time? Again, knowing Clive, he's probably gonna end up finding you somehow. I mean, we were back in the city and ran into him. And then we came here, and then he's somehow miraculously here. I don't know. Dude's probably gonna show up and be like, "Hey, I'm alive. What's poppin'?" The day passes at an unnervingly slow pace. The more time goes by, the more surprised you are at the lack of communication from Clive. Eventually, you find yourself checking your alerts every 5 minutes in hope of some sort of news. Your stomach twists and knots with each passing hour. Yeah, because we care about him. Even if whatever the freak happened, I still very much care about him. Still haven't heard anything. I can't wait it out any longer. Freaking out. Where are you? What happened? Please respond soon. I'm going insane wondering what the truth is. Huh? A notification? And yet, no notifications are listed on your phone. It didn't sound like it was from in this room. I guess double checking never hurt. Nope, nothing. Ah, right. Lana has the app too. She probably got a notification. You sink into the bed and your heavy eyelids begin falling shut. Though you hardly accomplished a thing today, the emotional energy expended worrying still took its toll on you. Your mind is made up. Leaving Pyrathon is the best choice. Staying here is a hindrance to your safety and your mental well-being. Why am I still here? Why didn't I leave after the first attack? That calling, the same calling you felt the night you snuck out to look for Kay. No, we're not doing that again. We are not doing a part 2 of this. The sensation that seems to only ask irrational things of you. What in the world is it? I hope it's not something Jasper is doing, because I will scream. Head spinning. Everything hurts. Okay, what is this now? Another one of these dreams? I couldn't bring myself to do it. The second I saw how innocent they appeared, I cracked. I lost it. I can't do it anymore. If they're going to find out who I am, and I'll have to see their innocence disappear, I'd rather destroy them first? What? Before they realize it was me. Isn't it better that way? To remain innocent and stupid forever? Yeah, innocent and stupid. No, that's not better. How is that better? Monday. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? A voice causes you to jolt up from the bed in surprise. Huh? Oh, no, don't do that to me. Annie, do you hear me? Clive, is that you? After glancing around the room a few minutes, you see the culprit, Clive's walkie-talkie. When was it here? Please reply. I have to respond because I want to know his side. I believe he has a genuine explanation. Determined to find out from Clive himself what truly happened back there, you grab the walkie-talkie from your bag. Annie, I wasn't sure if you would respond. I wasn't too sure if I would either. I'm so sorry. I want to explain everything to you. I really, really do. Then explain it. No, don't clam up at a time like this. You can't just magically wish away everything that happened back there. I already know you're working with Jasper for some reason. We're past the point of excuses. You're right, I owe you an explanation, no matter what. You sure do. If you don't trust me at all right now and think this is a trap, then you don't need to meet me in person. But if there's even a tiny part of you that thinks well of me, then... the pain in my chest, the pain in my chest. I want to see him. That's the problem. I want to see him. I need to make sure that he's good. But then I feel like if I do that, Jasper's just gonna pop out of nowhere and be like, oh, hi, I'm here too. Is a package deal now. Buy one, get one free special. Like, am I really gonna risk my life for Clive? Yes, I am. Let's go. Benefit of the doubt. Okay. Clive is awkward and his mannerisms are sometimes strange. I don't always understand what he's thinking, but for some reason, the way he fidgets around makes him seem more sincere to me. I want to hear this in person. You, still there? Yeah, let's meet up. What? But after what happened, why would you still be willing to offer to meet in person, ending in 5 seconds. Take it while you still can. Yeah, please. Should I come to you? Or, you made it back from the nature trail safely, right? If you can call dazed and confused safe, then yeah. Right. I figured if you were still there, I could guide you home, but that was, stupid to think. Since you'd obviously make it home by now, and there's no way you'd want me to take you home. The thought of wandering around outside at a time like this makes me uneasy, but admittedly, it would be easier not to drag Lana into this if we talk somewhere other than home. Lana's a good person. She doesn't deserve to get dragged into my mess. Are you gonna give me the option to be like, have him come here or go outside? Because I don't want to go outside. I'd rather have Lana get involved. I don't want to go outside. But then again, I don't want her hurt. Torn. But the idea of wandering around outside after 2 attacks in Python makes you uneasy, to say the least. You briefly contemplate whether this is just some kind of ruse to lure you into an ambush. You shiver at the prospect. But I need answers. If I don't listen to him, I've got a hunch that I'm going to regret it someday. Alright, let's meet up. But you have to let me choose where we meet this time. Of course, anything you want. Clive's voice chimes through with a hint of desperation. It would probably be best to meet up somewhere we haven't been together, right? Like, you think back to that first day you spent with Clive here in Python. We went by a park about 2 blocks away from Lana's house when we were at the beach. It's a public spot where if anything went wrong, you'd be able to call out to a passerby or be noticed by one of the residents. And it is close enough to Lana's house that if you need her to rush over in a flash, you'd be able to get in touch with her easily. Got it, I'll be there in a few minutes. Wait for me, over and out. Over and out. Okay. I I'm panicking a little bit, but this is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna go fine. Right? Right, guys? It should be good, right? Uh, um, as much as you try to wait patiently, you find yourself growing increasingly anxious as you wait for Clive to arrive. Oh wow, this place is really pretty. I don't like... Okay, the panic that Jasper has my mind in, half of me is saying, oh wow, this is a beautiful little scenery, but the other half is like, oh yeah, Jasper could just push you over there and you just careen to your death. What has this man done to my brain? I wonder if this is actually a good idea. I knew about Clive and Jasper being connected for a long time now, but this? Lana had certainly seemed happy when you told her you're going to talk things over with him. If only you could share her enthusiasm. Yeah, I'm terrified. As the minutes pass by, you turn the walkie-talkie over in your hands a few times, examining it. Why did he contact me through this unreliable method instead of just texting me? Annie, you really are here. Okay, he's alive. It's not just... For a second, I was like, it's not just Jasper in a hoodie. Okay, you turn at the sound of his voice. A shocked and sweaty Clive who pants in exhaustion from jogging here, eyeing you with shock. An unfamiliarly bulky backpack is slumped over his shoulder. It's kind of sus, Clive. Why are you being sus today? I'm so relieved. I kind of half expected you to have left Pyrathon by now. Trust me, I was going to. I might have considered it. Of course you would. Why wouldn't I? I could have died. I could have died. What's in the bag? Clothes, medicine, supplies. For what? Show me. After the strange events as of late, Clive can't just show up with a mysterious bag and expect you to pass it off as nothing. He hands the bag willingly over to you. Okay, good. No, he was telling the truth. Clothes, bottles of water, protein bars, and this medicine container from before. Is he hiding away from Jasper? Which is why he needs all this stuff? You know, I used to come here with my family a lot. Clive tries to move the conversation forward with awkward chatter. Probably his way of avoiding having to jump right into the hard things to talk about. No. We're not beating around the bush. I could have died literally in a bush, so we're gonna get straight to the chase right now. These sorts of spots were my favorite. Go through the trail and get to that beautiful flower garden and play hide and seek. Then on the way home, we'd stop for ice cream and sit here in the park. Did you ever have a place like that? Not really. My happy place was wherever I could be with my mom. Your mom? I don't think you've talked about her much. Yeah, she passed away when I was a kid. Talking about her never comes easy to you, but for some reason the words flow out naturally. Don't tell me that. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. It was a long time ago. No need to pity me for it now. Right. Okay, come on, give me the juicy stuff. No, we're not talking. I told you my parents got divorced, didn't I? Yeah, that's why you moved between Pyrathon and Sandwood City. I lied to you. Oh, what? Okay, listen here, Clive. Alright, let me put my feet up for a second. Listen here, alright? There is one thing I cannot stand, is lies. And for right off the bat, you lied to me? I'm hurt. My parents aren't divorced. Oh, okay. Actually, my dad left a long time ago. And I never met my mom. Whoa, that's worse. I don't mind if you hate me, Annie. I mean... You keep a wide-eyed focus on him. He hasn't even spoken the entire story yet, and you already seem assured that he will be despised as a result. I don't know enough yet to judge that. But admittedly, this isn't sounding too good. He's basically admitting the entire premise of our original meeting was a lie. Yeah, that is not a good thing. How do I even begin? Go ahead, start somewhere. Annie, have you ever wondered if some people just aren't supposed to exist? Me? and be honest, he's most likely referring to myself. Clive disagreed with Jasper's action back there, but not with his words. Do I believe that some people shouldn't exist? No, because everybody deserves a chance at life. Whether you're a good person or a bad person, everybody deserves a chance to at least have that option. So, no, I don't believe that. No, I don't think that's the case. You don't? Even criminals and murderers? I've never taken the time to really analyze that sort of thing in depth, so I can't say for sure, but off the top of my head, I can't feel comfortable saying that someone wasn't supposed to exist because of the awful things they did. Yeah, like, as I was saying, if somebody did something bad, then yeah, they're gonna face the repercussions of it. But it would have been better to give the person that chance at life so that they can see what they're gonna become rather than just being like, okay, yeah, you don't deserve to exist before even knowing what that person's gonna turn out to be. You know? So then, do you think someone who did bad things can change? Change? He seems to be searching for a specific answer from me, but I can't figure out what exact answer that is. Does he want me to agree with his statement or not? Still, his inquiry is enough to make you stop and consider it. If a criminal murders someone and then changes to become a better person, that doesn't immediately erase his past sin. Even if he spends the rest of his life repenting for it, it won't change the simple fact that the life he extinguished is gone forever. And yet, is that reason to say someone shouldn't have existed? Whether someone deserves to live or not, that wasn't what you asked. You didn't ask, do they deserve to live? You asked, are there people that shouldn't exist? Yeah, that's two different questions. I know that, but what I was getting at with the initial question wasn't supposed to be that deep. Asking whether or not someone is supposed to exist isn't that deep in your opinion? Of course it is. That would be a huge statement to make if you were to really say someone shouldn't exist, but it wasn't what I meant. I didn't mean criminals and murderers and all those sorts of people. I meant, in general, are there people that just exist that shouldn't? I guess that isn't really important. My bad, I shouldn't have asked something like that. What are you trying to say, Clive? I don't understand. What are you trying to get at with all this? The point is that when I was growing up, my brother was pretty much both of my parents. But there's a time in my life that doesn't make any sense. My brother is there and everything is fine, and then suddenly he isn't anymore. The heart of the matter, the real problem behind it all, is that he takes a deep breath. Don't start crying, you're gonna get me going.
Look, I'm just a mistake, alright?
You're gonna get me crying if you go on this route.
I'm not meant to exist.
Oh.
I'm a mistake. A damn mistake!
He just called himself the mistake? Was he not talking about me after all? I mean, I never thought he was talking about us to begin with. I'm not sure why you'd say something like that about yourself. Because it's the truth. No, it's not! Maybe some people could be considered a mistake, but just listen. The resolve in his voice prevents you from objecting. One day I woke up in a forest. I know now that it was the Pyrathon Nature Trail. The good portion of my memory was just gone. In fact, since my childhood, I don't remember much after I was 10 years old. Oh. But I wasn't afraid when I woke up. If anything, I was relieved because... Because what? My brother was there. My head was hurting like crazy. He gave me some medicine to take the headache away and said I'd probably start to remember things when I got my bearings. But those memories never came. My childhood is there and then a cutoff point where I blank out.
The more I go on with no memory, the more I feel like everything about me is wrong. I'm not supposed to exist, am I?
Clive's gaze is averted. He offers it as a question, but it doesn't appear that he expects you to respond with any answers. Which is good, because even if he did want an answer from you, there's no answer you could possibly give to him.
I don't know why, but I could just feel it. I'm not real. Nothing about me feels real. God, who am I?
This time he looks you directly in the eyes. In fact, this could be one of the first time Clive has looked you in the eyes. It emphasizes the gravity of his tone much more than his words alone. I don't know the answer, and I don't know what to say.
No, I didn't think you would. I'm sorry.
As his tone shifts, softening, a small smile appears across his face. And at the same time, his eye contact breaks.
I just needed to let off some steam.
Clive.
I'm fine.
Don't lie to me again. You don't look fine. Then let me reword it.
I will be. Just forget I said anything.
Nope. He looks completely worn out. Not that I feel much better. For the time being, you're at a loss for words, and Clive, who appears fatigued from all that he's said, sits mute, heightening the tension in the atmosphere. His eyes slowly shut as he leans back against the park bench. It's a bench? I thought it was a tree. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the gravity of the situation. You can think of no words to say that would possibly help the situation. Only questions. I have things to say. I have a lot to say, actually. I could say a whole paragraph. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Those questions threaten to spill out at any moment. Can I ask them? I'd like to ask them. It would bring some... Annie? Yes? Hello? Yeah? There's so much more that I want to say to you. There's... Oh no. A sudden thump drowns out Clive's words as he opens his mouth to say something else. Clive? The source of the thud, Clive's body suddenly hitting the ground, makes you jump to his side in concern. Clive? Clive! Oh no. No matter how many times you shake his limp shoulders, Clive doesn't move. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Where is this going? Okay, this is great. I'm here again. How many times has it been since the first time I visited you? I somehow keep ending up back here. I don't know why. I keep telling myself that there's no point and that I should just give up already, but I'm still here again. Weren't we supposed to be close? Weren't we family? And now you're just this pathetic piece of waste. I feel sick just looking at you. Who are they talking about? I would have done anything for your sake, you know? Because that's what you taught me I should do. How disappointing. You're just as worthless as everyone else in this world. Jesus! Hey. Why did you give me that book? Oh. That stupid kid's book about the Red Hood and the wolf. I keep trying to figure out if there's a meaning behind all that. Some sort of code or symbol. Nowadays, I'm just starting to think you just did it to mess with me. Isn't that right, brother? Nani? Clive Act 3 released. Released? Released from what exactly? I don't like where this is going. Oh, hello. I think he'll be fine. He has a bit of fever though. Okay. Hey, come on. You got this look on your face as if you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders right now. I am! The whole world is just perched on my shoulder, just like, yeah, I'ma chill up here for like a hot minute. Clive is alright, though I do wonder what happened. He had quickly gotten in touch with Lana after, or you had quickly gotten in touch after Clive fell unconscious. The panic in your voice was likely clear as day as you fumbled through words in an attempt to explain what happened. Just as Lana had thought only of Clive's safety when she rushed to the park to help, you could only think of the fear of losing another person while helping Lana get his body to the car. What the hell is wrong with me? Everybody we come in contact with and start caring about just bleh. It's like shooting a bird from out of the sky, bro. What is happening? I feel like Jasper's out here just sharpshooting now. Oh, kiddo, if you want to talk about anything, my offer still stands. I'm here to listen if you decide to open up more. I wouldn't have any clue where to start at this point. Honestly. What is... Oh, he's up. Ugh. Clive. Annie? Lana? What happened? You passed out while we were talking back there. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You passed out? You're telling me sorry? Boy, what is wrong with you? Clive sits up from Lana's couch and clutches his head. It got up too quickly. Are you feeling any better? Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry, Lana. Is it okay if I talk with Annie alone for a few minutes? Lana's clearly hesitant to be kept in the dark any longer. But after a bit, she nods in agreement. Alright. You damn kids are the most secretive bunch I've ever met. I swear. Sorry, Lana. Come on, I'm just joking. I don't mind giving a little privacy. I'll be upstairs if you need me. Lana, she's a super understanding person, isn't she? Maybe a bit too understanding. So, I just passed out at a park? Scared the crap out of me. Seriously though, what was all that about? You freaked me the hell out. My head suddenly started hurting really bad, and I don't really remember besides that. Didn't you say you take medicine for headaches? That was worse than usual. It was like my brain was getting squeezed or something. I mean, normal people don't get split into two different halves of themselves, so it would make sense why you're having these kind of reactions. Anyway, we never did get to finish our conversation, huh? Ask anything you want. Can you tell me what happened back there at your meetup spot? It's a long story. I'm listening. I'm here. We could go days talking about this. I'm ready. I will clear all my schedules. I came to you earlier because I want to get the whole story. I want to figure out your side in all this. You're right. I'll tell you. Okay, go ahead. You will? That easily? I thought you'd protest some more. You deserve to know. I need to quit being such a big baby and speak up once in a while. He looks so determined all of a sudden, and his stutter is gone. Look at him wearing his big boy pants. Anyway, the thing is, The forest I woke up in, the one I mentioned, was that area around the Python Nature Trail. I still have no idea what I was doing there. You call him Jasper. That's the man who I saw when I woke up. But that isn't the name I know him as. I don't understand. When I was a kid, my big brother made an alter ego of himself. I thought it was so cool, like a superhero. That's what my big brother was to me. He drew that version of himself a lot and talked about how he would save the world someday. My hero, my brother. Although uncertain where Clive is heading with this story, you still listen quietly and take in what he has to say. So one day, I made an alter ego of myself too, and what? I named that better version of myself Jasper. Oh my god. I'm if you could see the look on my face right now, yeah, I know. Oh, okay, wait. Yes, I knew that, Clive and Jasper and Clive, same person, split in half. I got that. But you consider Jasper the better half of yourself? The one that wants to kill mutants? Even when they did nothing. Okay, this is fine. Hold on. You can't help but wince. Right? I'm sorry, I'm still shaken by this. Jasper, that man with black hair, the more time I spend with him, the more I realize he's completely different from my big brother. Oh, really? Really? You think so? Oh my god, I didn't notice. I couldn't tell, I'm sorry, I tend to slip into a very, okay, this is fine. The name I made up for myself back then. I know Jasper was raised to hate me, so was it Clive's big brother that taught him? And then there's the name K. Right, where does K fit in? Clive must have been his actual name before Shay split them apart, and Jasper is his alter ego? So where does K come from? You were the only hope I still had of getting some sort of explanation. I got away back there because Jasper said he needed me alive for now. And when I look at all those things put together, I can't help but think the answer I'm looking for will make me sound insane. I'm used to insanity, let me have it. The names, the way he looks, my memories, Jasper keeping me alive. I can only think of one possibility, but I'm too scared to say it out loud. Please, I want to hear it. Am I Jasper? Don't make me answer that. Don't make me answer that. No, that probably sounds ridiculous. Right, I'm such an idiot for thinking something like that. Oh no, honey, no. Pain. I feel like I'm physically hurt. This game is physically hurting my brain and heart both in the same time. You pause to weigh the pros and cons in your head. What would happen if you told Clive the truth? If you were to bring up goddesses that split apart human beings? He would think I'm crazy! You're right. About what? About everything you just said. You're completely right. No way. I was just spouting garbage. Garbage that happens to be true. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'll be sad. I'll get sad. How do you know? That's... I spoke to the self-proclaimed goddess that split you apart from Jasper. The what? Her name is Shay. Apparently she did it to help you, but in my opinion, all she did was create a gigantic mess for us to clean up. Are you high? That's crazy. Okay, Clive, look at me, look at me, look at me. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. I would rather be high than to be saying this and having it being true. So, is the concept of you and Jasper being the same person, idiot? Well, that's... okay, fair enough. But come on, goddesses? That sounds like some crazy fantasy. You look totally serious. Are you for real right now? You're not messing with me or something. I'm 100% serious, I swear. But that's... Clive was the one who first vocalized the possibility in this conversation. But even so, he seems shaken up by the confirmation. His hands shake slightly. His eyes are wide, peering downwards into nothing in particular, as if attempting to re-establish contact with reality. Me too, Clive, me too. That expression is like a scared child. Okay, that... okay. What the... Clive instantly pulls away when he feels the sensation of your hand on his. What the hell are you doing? I'm sorry, I thought it would cheer you up. You can't just touch me so suddenly like that. Why are you blushing? Come on, I said I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Okay, why are you surprised by that? Actually, don't, no. You know what, I probably should have expected this, seeing as the one I picked the option. But I wasn't expecting this! What now? Never mind, okay. What's the matter with him? He keeps staring at his hand. I didn't think he'd hate it that much. I would think it's the opposite, but okay. Annie, yes? I think you should get out of Python as soon as possible. It isn't safe for you here. It's too small of a town. And Jasper and I know this place too well. I don't know if you'd be safer in the city, but you can't stay here. Oh, I know that. I don't think I'm safe anywhere. This man's like a freaking bloodhound. But what about you? If I leave, what'll happen to you? Jasper probably figured you'd befriend me to get information or whatever, right? Though, I guess he didn't count on you actually befriending me for real. Befriending you for real? Yeah? That's actually what you said? Yes, what the hell? Why are you getting so close? That means you actually consider me your friend? Yes? Realizing the embarrassing words that had flowed from your mouth so naturally makes your cheeks flush against almost as much as Clive's. I like that. Okay, I like that sentence. That was nice. That's, why are you nervous to... Okay, let me tell you something. One thing that you will never find this girl like is to be like, yeah, I'm kind of nervous to like tell people that I'm their friend. I'm gonna be like, nah, listen, I care about you, I love you so much. If somebody so much as plucked one strand of hair from you, I'm fighting that person because you are my friend and I care about you. This girl out here now saying like, oh, so embarrassing. No, we're not doing that. Come on, shut up. It isn't a big deal. Oh, going tsundere now? Alright. It is. After everything I did, you don't hate me? No. I wish I could say I do, but I don't. Clive's face shows his earnest to hear what you will say in reply, but you can't think of the right words off the top of your head. How could you possibly answer such a thing so suddenly? I can answer it. Let me do it. I got this. You stand there silently, and it is only when you feel Clive's hand, pulling away from your arm that you realized he had gripped onto your wrist in the heat of the moment. You didn't feel that? Okay. I didn't realize uh-huh. Oh. Oh, that's cute. Look at it. Too close, too close, too close. Why didn't I notice his hand sooner? Because you don't got any feelings in your arms. I don't know. Maybe he cut off blood circulation? I don't know what to tell you. It seemed so normal at the time. Clive's hand on your arm. That took no immediate note of it. Ah, okay. Oh god, you've gone totally quiet now. Don't worry, it's fine. Now you definitely hate me, huh? Are you serious? You just took me by surprise. His face slowly sinks into his hoodie. Aww. Just forget that whole thing happened, please. I used to think Clive was annoying. Is that still how I see him? No. I do care about Clive. I want to... Okay. Kind of liking these options. Alright, so let's see. I do care about Clive. Clive has grown on me. I want to be closer to him. I want to be closer to him, not gonna lie to you. I guess you could say I want to get to know you more. Not in a weird way or anything. Just... Never mind. That's not what we should be talking about anyway. Annie, please leave this place. Go to Sandwood City or just take a train far away. Anything. I don't think that's going to stop Jasper. Again, this man is a bloodhound apparently. I'll be okay. Jasper said he needs me alive, and I'm still alive even after defying him back there, so... Why are these choices so hard? Okay, but you could still get hurt, come back to the city with me. You should leave town too. Again, I don't think that him traveling with me would make anything better, because if Jasper needs both of us for whatever the freak he's going on with, having us both in the same place is only going to be a convenience for him. He's going to be like, oh, 2 for 1 special. Like, I feel like it would be so much better if we weren't at the same place. Which is really sad to say because Clive has grown on me. I mean, what am I talking about? He's grown on me the second I saw him. But aside from that, I don't know. I feel like it would be better if we were separated. Just because I don't know what Jasper is planning. But from what it seems like, he's much better off if we're together. So we're not gonna give him that. As much as I want to be around Clive, it's not good to be together. So I think you should leave too. Even if he keeps you alive, that doesn't mean he can't hurt you at all, right? You shouldn't stay here either. I don't know what to say. Why do you seem so hesitant? Don't you want to get away from Jasper? There's no reason to stay here, especially now that you've openly defied him. So, leave Pyrathon with me. Oh, we're still asking that, okay. It almost shocks you how easily those words flow from your mouth, but they're your honest feelings. You want Clive to be safe. But if I stay here, I could try to figure out a way to help you be safe. I could keep him busy or distracted or... That's the equivalent of a suicide mission, you dumbass. On top of everything else, you passed out today without even knowing why. What if that were to happen again? But you passed out recently too, on the beach, remember? When that light flew at me? That's besides the point. Don't change the subject. You're not staying here. That's final. Got it? I'm not leaving you behind. Alright, thank you, Annie. I like how this turned out though, but still, I feel like it would work out too well for Jasper, with both of us just sitting ducks. Good. Now that all that is said, a message from Shannon? Right, that reminds me. I wanted to ask Clive why he contacted me through walkie-talkie instead of the app like he had decided to do. You can answer it. I'll wait. Annie, my girl, I had so much fun with you at the beach. I can't believe you managed to beat me even after I found like the biggest shell I ever saw. And Clive is kind of cute. Would love to hang again. Shannon, hey, sorry. I felt really tired after you went home, so I didn't have much time to text you. Nah, we are all good. Sorry I left early, but if you were tired, I guess it worked out. Can I visit you there again soon? Well, actually, I'm going back to the city. Huh? Wait, what? I swear I'm on a roller coaster ride with you sometimes. When was this decided? You didn't mention it on Friday. I didn't decide it until recently. At first, I was going to come home for a bit to see a doctor. But things change quickly nowadays. That's totally wild, though. What the heck? Your dad kicked you out and now you can just go back to normal? He never kicked me out. It was more complicated. I hope I can tell you all about it someday soon. I'll keep in touch, alright? We'll make plans soon. I don't understand, but I won't bug you about it. Clive gave me heck for asking too many questions after all, lol. See you soon, I hope. Love you. The way she was talking made it seem like my hunch about what happened after I lost time was correct. But I still don't understand how that happened in the first place. You okay? Yeah, just spacing out. Shannon reminded me of something I wanted to ask you. Why didn't you contact me through Star Social? Why the walkie-talkies? Oh, right. After you ran away from Jasper that day, I got into a big fight with him. That phone wasn't mine in the first place. It belonged to Jasper and he took it back after we fought. We have to. Okay. I'm removing it right now. I'm removing it right now. Right now, it's already unfriended. Hey, like that movie. Anyway, truth is, the first time I saved you in the city, that was Jasper's idea. Oh. He wanted me to befriend you. That's also why he gave me the phone. No. Clive, no. Stop. No. Oh my god. Oh my. I'm. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need to breathe. But why? He already had me cornered and stabbed. If he had just left me there, I'd have bled out eventually. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That just confuses things more. I could have died, and then he'd have what he wanted, right? What was the point of sending... I don't know what's happening. Come to think of it, when I woke up in the hospital, it did seem I wasn't stabbed in any vital organs. Like, what? I don't fully understand it. Jasper could have killed you at any time. No offense, of course. I know that. I already know that. But for some reason, he didn't do it. He seemed like he was searching for some sort of information out of you before getting it over with. That's exactly what I was saying from the... No. Guys, I swear I'm not going crazy. That's what I was saying from the very beginning. Like, when he stabbed us, he could have went for a vital and it would have been over and done. What was the point of him doing all of that? But then it does make sense that he needed information out of us, because obviously from the very beginning we already knew that we couldn't trust him and that he's the enemy. so we wouldn't have told him anything. Which is why he needed somebody who he could use, like a puppet, Clive, so that he could get whatever information he wanted out of us. So then Clive is just as bad as Jasper because he gave him what he needed to know. Oh boy, that is a roller coaster of a ride right there. I heard him arguing with Terrell a lot over it. Something about wasting time, but Jasper insisted they have more than enough time on their hands. Right, he had at least two other people on his side. One of them was that blonde boy. Did you happen to see who the other one was? I didn't know there were two of them. I only ever saw Terrell involved. If there was anyone else, they never showed their face when I was around. There was definitely two. While I was talking to Terrell, I was grabbed from behind by someone else. There was that girl in fancy clothing from way back then. But could it have been her? You might not believe me when I say this, but Terrell isn't actually a bad guy. You're funny, you're cute. Or at least he wasn't in the past. It is best that you said that. Because he tried to get me killed. Maybe I sound suspicious for saying all this, but I swear that it's the truth. I won't lie to you anymore. Kind of walking on glass already, Clive. Kind of walking on glass a little bit. As much as I wish I could pry the remaining answers out of you, I can't see how you could have anything left to gain from lying. So, to sum it up, Jasper wanted to figure out something specific about me and figured you could get the answers for him. Just a guess. Maybe he only wanted information in general. You know, I tried to put it out of my mind, but a while back I had this bizarre dream. It was soon after I was attacked by Jasper. There was this sudden sensation of falling. I prepared myself to hit the ground. You don't need to show me his stupid, smug, ugly... I'm getting worked up over nothing. But someone caught me. Jasper caught me. You're right, that is weird. I know it was just another creepy dream to add to my gigantic pile of nightmares. After all, nothing he said made any sense. He just kept saying something about destiny. Why mention it all of a sudden? I'm not really sure. Lana told me once that dreams are messages from our inner selves. I don't generally buy into that sort of stuff. Me neither, but maybe sometimes our dreams happen for a reason? Yeah, that dream didn't feel like a dream. Because then, why would Jasper be in it? And why would it be about him? Like, what connection do we have with Jasper? Like, what? A whole lot of good that would do me. I don't remember most of the nightmares I've had lately. If I could, maybe there'd be some way to figure out what my inner self wants to say. At this point, any answers would be nice. It doesn't have to be a huge revelation that reveals everything. I just want to feel like I'm not totally in the dark. Sorry. I wish I had more to tell you. He's actually been the source of information so far. Between him and Kay, I've received plenty of answers. You've tried your best to help. I'll try searching my brain for more answers, okay? Maybe someday I can figure out how to regain memories that are blank right now. Thanks. For now, I should give my father a call. Good luck. You leave Clive on the couch to rest a bit longer. Still not knowing the cause of his sudden collapse leaves you nervous for his safety. There you are, girl. You sound like you were expecting my call. Sure as hell was. Didn't I tell you to keep in touch as often as you can? I only missed a few days. Lana has kept in touch, told me she thinks it might agree to come back to the city for a bit each week. About that, would you consider letting me stay there for more than just a day? What brought this on? Jasper. He attacked again. God damn it, I knew something bad would happen, and I let you stay there. This is my fault. Should've insisted you come back sooner. No, I'm glad that you trusted me enough to let me stay. The silence that comes through the phone receiver is eventually broken by your father's sigh. Somehow can't bring myself to scold you when you say that with such a level head. If you want to come back to the city, you're more than welcome. I can pick you up this evening. Best to get out of there as soon as possible. You're right. The sooner the better. But I have one more thing to ask about before. I can't speak. I'm so wrapped up in all of this stuff. It's kind of a huge favor. A favor coming from you? Didn't expect that. It's about Clive. I know this is a lot to ask, but I want him to come back to the city with me. Excuse me? If I could tell him about his connection to Kay, would that help convince him that Clive should come with us? He seemed close to Kay. I'm sure he's been worried sick about him this whole time too. But whether or not he'd believe me is a whole other problem. I'm going to say something that will sound crazy. I'm listening. Although still hesitant, you manage to force the explanation out. You tell him everything, the dreams, the connection between Clive and Jasper, their connection to Kay, every last detail that you can muster. Your father remains quiet throughout the whole speech. I'm gonna meet up with Dexter. The other guy in that group, right? Yeah, I'm completely lost here. Don't think I even understand half of what you said to me. But what about Clive? What about picking me up? I won't be long. Expect to hear back from me in about 15 minutes. Alright. Talk to you soon, girl. Phew, I'm glad that call is over with. How did it go? You quickly recap the decision you had with your father to Clive. So, no answer on whether or not I can come? Huh. Not yet. I'm sorry. Don't be. Like I said, staying here might be for the best. We already went through this. I'm not leaving you behind. Besides, this still doesn't mean I'm out of the woods yet. Jasper found me in the city already. This won't be any safer than Pyrathon in the long run. But Jasper won't know you left this place, and he probably won't expect you to go right back to your last home. And if everything goes well, this time, I can protect you from Jasper. Stop it. No. And how do you plan to do that? Shut up. You're not supposed to question that. You're supposed to thank me. I even said something so embarrassing. He's blushing so much. I guess he was trying to impress me? Thank you, Clive. Aw. You're welcome. But prioritize your safety above anything else, okay? Just, if anything goes wrong, promise that you'll do anything you can to survive. You make it sound like you're going to cause trouble when you say it like that. No, I won't, I swear. I mean, like the day you were running from Jasper in the nature trail, if anything happens where it comes down to you or me, no, leave me behind if I become a burden at any point. Not doing that, sorry. I don't want to hear doom and gloom scenarios right now. I'm trying to stay positive. But since you mentioned it, what was the truth about that attack? Did you save me because you were ordered to by Jasper? If that's the case, I'll feel a bit less bad about abandoning you when you got hurt. I came to your house that morning to convince you not to go. You ran away before I could do it. But in the forest itself, I was doing what Jasper told me to do. So you sorta halfway defied him then. I don't understand Jasper even a tiny bit. I was literally right there in front of him. I stood no chance. At that time, I thought he seemed bored. It was like he was waiting for me to do something to amuse him. Why did he want Clive to save me, though? It almost seemed like he actually wanted Clive to start thinking of me as a friend instead of an enemy. A test of loyalty, maybe? Just another source of amusement? Or was the information that Jasper wanted Clive to get from me something so important that specific and that he'd keep letting me live until he gets it? I wonder. If Jasper didn't order you to save me that time in the flower field, that must mean he really did plan to kill me there. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for inviting you. I'm not upset about that. You still saved me in the end, but I just don't understand. Something tells you that you won't be able to figure out what's going through Jasper's head without confronting him directly. We are not doing that. And even if you did, it'd be a huge risk without any guarantee of results. So we're not doing that. Not doing that at all. The wait for your father's phone call is even shorter than you expected. The rush to get you to a safe spot took priority over finding new information. Clive helps you pack the most important of your things. Judging from the generic contents of his phone bag, it seems as if he has very few personal possessions. You make him promise one thing, that when he speaks with your father, he won't go too in-depth about the way he helped Jasper. Your father will need to know that eventually, but until there is at least some degree of trust between them, it'll only end up with Clive being dropped off at the side of the road or turned away at the door. Yeah, I'm so sorry that things turned out like this. I'll miss you. Here's hoping you'll come visit again someday, okay? Or someday soon. Apparently, I am not reading the dialogue. I'm just saying whatever I want to say at this point. You know how to contact me now, so stay in touch. Even if it is just to say hello. Alrighty, we'll try. Thank you. And as for you, mister, I don't know why you're going back with Annie, but you better behave out there. And don't cause her any trouble, alright? I won't. You both talk to me as if I'm a baby. Think of this as a chance to prove to Lana that you're more mature than she thinks then. Oh, he's cute. Only if it means proving it to you too. Oh, okay. Don't be a grump, we're just teasing you. Gray is looking a little impatient. You better get going. Bye, Lana. Can I have a couple minutes alone with Lana before we leave? Make it quick. He still can't get his name right. It's not even that hard. Alright, Lana. After Lana gives you a tight hug, you open up the car door and wait for Clive to finish his own goodbyes. We still got lots to talk about, you hear me? I'm here, sorry for the wait. Clive. I always think of him as unreliable, and even admitted that he was working with Jasper. Yet somehow I feel like he might be able to be that pillar that keeps me upright. Yeah, I guess so. Or, he could be one of the pillars that help topple over you. I don't know. Crushes you to death. Who the freak knows? For some, I don't know, I just feel like Clive is just a tracking device for Jasper at this point. The ride home from Pearthon is painfully silent. Somewhere along the way, you tried to make small talk to cut the tension hanging in the air, but the unresponsive Clive had fallen asleep. Wow. Couldn't even rely on that. You have to prompt him several times upon arrival in the city before he wakes. Oh boy. Welcome home. Did you even do the dishes once while I was away? Course I did. Just haven't gotten around to doing it a second time. Sheesh. Come on, Clive, I'll show you around. No, you certainly will not. We ought to get to the explaining part of all this. Oh, poor baby. You raise your head to meet your father's harsh gaze. Not being used to his expressions anymore makes him look even more intimidating than usual. He wears a grimace on his face as he stares at Clive and takes in every inch of his appearance. Why you judging? You say this boy is Kay? Wait, I haven't even told that part to Clive yet. Oh, you knew you'd need to jump into this eventually, but to come right out with that as soon as possible catches you off guard. Why did you just say that? Clive's face is my face right now. We should take it slow with explaining so that it doesn't get overwhelming. No, I don't want to take it slow. Greg, could you repeat that? Looks like I jumped the gun a bit there. Clive, you asked me all those questions about Kay when we first met. The fact is, just like you have a connection to Jasper, you also have a connection to Kay. No way. There's no way that's possible. We already established the things about Jasper, right? I don't know why this would be any harder to believe. Because I told you, Annie, Kay, that was my brother's alter ego, not mine. Alter ego? Shit, there's so many parts to explain that I don't know where to start. Okay, alright. Read the story memory. Skip to the end of the summary. Just for everybody else or anyone who's gonna be reading this and they don't remember, I'm just gonna go through it. First, Clive's origins. Clive was a mutant raised by his family to hate other mutants. You, the descendants of a scientist who had unintentionally caused the tragedy in particular. From what Clive has told you, it seems his father left him when he was still a child, and he was raised by his older brother after that. His older brother said he would save the world someday. He began going by a new name, Kay, who he described as his alter ego. Clive prepared himself to finish his mission to kill you, but instead, he found his resolve shattered. He was unable to do it. His mind became a mess of turmoil at that point. Although you don't know just how far that turmoil led him, you are sure it must have been some sort of deep depression. Whatever the specifics were, it was bad enough that Clive was approached by a woman named Shay. This is the hardest part to piece together. You still don't know who exactly this goddess is, how she exists, why she intervened. She has since retracted the term goddess to describe herself, despite using that terminology when she first met Clive. Shay is a being that doesn't make any sense to you. She may be some sort of mutant, but if so, you can't comprehend what mutation would cause her to exist between the physical and non-physical, as she claims to do. Regardless, to avoid creating any empty shell by erasing her desire to kill, Shay created two beings, Clive, the original name, and Jasper, the alter ego. Yet, Clive still became the empty shell that Shay had tried to avoid. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. So, she recreated him again, this time as Kay. Your best guess is that Clive created Kay to be similar to his older brother. Unfortunately, there was no way to verify this fact for certain. Kay, the mysterious boy that appeared at your window one night, that had somehow managed to gain your suspicious father's trust. You can't fill in a lot of the story behind his actions unless Kay were here himself to recap. That would be impossible. But to the best of your knowledge, Kay existed to protect you and be an opposing force to Jasper. This seemed to be working as intended until Kay disappeared suddenly, and Clive reappeared in his place. You hesitate to explain the final details that when Clive reawoke, Jasper was the first to greet him. And Clive had followed Jasper obediently because the time he had existed as Kay was gone from his memory, and he believed Jasper was his older brother. Okay. And you learned it from a woman that appears in your dreams? Don't look at me like that. I'm not crazy. At least I hope not. Dream communication makes sense, but a woman who has no physical form as she claimed just ain't possible. That's what I said about mutations when you told me. True enough, though it doesn't make logical sense when what we know about mutations. Unless there's some very advanced form of mutation that we don't know about. Is something like that possible? Doubt it. The drug that created all this was meant to advance human evolution, but not to that point. I don't believe any human could create something that far along. It'd have to be what? Suppose it would have to be someone with a natural mutation of sorts. But that doesn't exist. Natural mutations? Bah, don't look so curious. I'm telling you, if it did exist, Dexter and I would have found something about it by now. Who is Dexter? An old pal of Annie's mother. I think it best I met up with him for a bit. But I need a few more pieces of information first. You answer your father's question as best as you can. His biggest issue is a fairly obvious one. How the hell did you escape Jasper again? You include the parts where Clive saved you without getting too deep about him working with Jasper. Yeah, because I figured the second we're like, oh yeah, by the way, Dad, Clive here helped Jasper to get closer to me so that he can lure me into a trap. He'd be like, alright, we're killing him. Even though he ain't Kay anymore, this boy is still helping you best as he could manage, huh? Clive smiles sadly at your father's praise. You're not sure just how much help his words will be to Clive. They may just make his struggle of inadequacy worse in the long run. I'm surprised you didn't have to use any powers of your own to beat that man. You mean the powers you refused to tell me about? His face twists into a hard-to-read expression in response to your comment. I mean, I'm not wrong. You won't tell me anything. This might be something to discuss in private, girl. I can let you two speak alone. I'm sorry for getting in the way. See you in a bit, Annie. No! What are you doing? Clive is already in shock without adding your dispute to his plate. I didn't want to embarrass you. Fine, just get on with your explanation, please. About your powers, if you don't know how to use them, all the better to help you feel normal. I haven't felt normal ever since Mom died. Come on, why won't you tell me? I know, I should be more open with you. Just been a bit of a challenge, you know? How about that mutation in your DNA reacts is gonna depend on what the source DNA is like in the first place. You might have a whole whack of useful powers, or you might... I was worried you might have some sort of dangerous power mixed in there somewhere. Figured if I alarm you by bringing it to your attention, you'd start to focus on it too much and you thought I'd hurt someone. Thanks for putting so much faith in me, Dad. I'm sorry, really am, Annie. Get back in here. I'm sorry, I cannot say that name with a straight face. It's so far off from his actual name. Yes? He glares at Clive with a sour expression. You may be Kay, but you're also Jasper. Don't even think about making one step out of line. Yes, sir, I promise. Don't treat him like that. You really aren't anything like him, are you? The sad smile that begins to form on your father's face takes you by surprise. Your father is struggling with the fact that Kay has been replaced by Clive more than he would admit out loud. Got one last question, boy. What's your last name? Finley? If it helps, I don't think my mom ever used that last name, but I don't even know her first name, let alone her last. I'll keep that in mind. Don't go wandering around while I'm out. That goes for both of you. We still haven't got all these oddities figured out. Yes, sir. Take care of her while I'm gone. Clive. There you go. I will, definitely. So wait, you can say his name just fine, but you can't say mine? What is this witchcraft? Leave it to me. Okay. Okay. This is some bull up in here. Okay, wow, look at that. I haven't seen my room in ages. Look at it. Just how I left it. Okay, come back, please. Your dad is scary. Tell me about it. I was terrified of him as a kid. Clive, I know that you don't remember much from your childhood, but I learned recently that my mom's death might not have been an accident. Do you think that might be true? It's a question with a lot of pressure weighing on it to ask someone, especially someone in a state of uncertainty like Clive is. Yeah, why would we ask him that? Yet you can't bring yourself to avoid asking it. The desperation you feel to get even some small answers overrides everything else. I'm sorry, Annie. If I could answer that, I would. It's fine. I don't know why I decided to ask that in the first place. That's really hard of a question. If I understand your side of things, the summary is that your family was hunted by mine, right? Maybe this is a leftover result of that split you talked about. I don't remember a whole lot of that. Only what a wonderful guy my big brother was. Okay, sure, great. I know I can't expect you to have those answers for me. Jasper is probably the only one I could get them from. Don't risk it. Even if you want answers, I'm telling you, stay away from him. He's not normal. There's something weird about him. Oh, Oh, really? I didn't notice. I thought he was just the normal, sunshiny meadow kind of person. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day he'll wake up and be like, you know what? I don't feel like murdering Annie today. I'll just be like, hey, sorry about hating your family for generations. Let's go grab a coffee, Something that made you realize he wasn't your brother. He looks a lot like my brother, but the way he acted it was like watching a ghost with no soul inside of his body. Yeah, kind of, I wonder what happened to your brother during the time you lost. Your words make Clive freeze up in an instant. Did I say something wrong? He looks like he's just remembered something horrible. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you actually say that? No, we're not doing it, no. No, I can't question him about it when he already seems shaking up. We're not doing it. I'm not going to pry like this, no. We're not gonna pull a Clive. If he wants to talk about it, he'll tell me himself. I sure wouldn't want him asking a bunch of questions about Mom out of nowhere either. Exactly. We could talk about recent events a bit more easily than my past. I can answer questions more clearly about that. Sounds like you need a nap. No, I'm okay. I just underslept. Let me help you piece this together. Thanks, Clive. You still find yourself shocked at how helpful Clive has tried to be. This might be his way of making up for all the nosy questions he asked you when you first met. How about this? Between the time that went on and when you got in touch through walkie-talkie, did anything else happen? About that, I wonder where I should start. Oh boy. First, I got into a big fight with Jasper. He said some really confusing things, and the way he was speaking was what first made me wonder about the whole being him thing. Okay. At some point, he had me cornered. That freezing thing he does on you doesn't seem to work on me. Oh? You always get in the way. You always have. No, that's not the way you used to see things. Just, you still hold on to hope, huh? Don't you get it? Things can't go back to the way they were. You're naive to think otherwise. And you let her escape on top of it all. Do you have any idea what you've done? She won't hurt anyone. She's not the monster you think she is. Do you even remember those words he told us? Who's he? Try harder. I don't want to be part of this anymore. Then you're no longer of any use to me here. Oh? Huh? You're not going to kill me? No, but I will be taking this medicine back. There we go. Now, stay out of my sight. I'm sick of looking at that face. You're looking at yourself. What are you talking about? What? Anyway, and then he just let you go after taking the medicine back? Yes, but that's also why I couldn't meet up right away. I waited until the coast was clear long enough and then stole back the medicine, some clothes, and my walkie-talkie. I find it hard to believe that Jasper let his guard down, to think you were able to waltz in there without any issues. Hey, I'm more resourceful than you think I am. Quit underestimating me. Okay, sure. Pretty smart, huh? I was able to get in touch with you with the walkie-talkies and prevent my headaches all in one go. Smart is one word for it. Reckless is another. You should have just come meet up at Lana's place right after. Would you have trusted me if I showed up there after all the weird stuff that happened? I definitely thought the way you acted seemed strange, but I met up with you in the end anyway, right? You made sure we met up somewhere public, Annie. So at least on some level, you didn't trust me. He has a point. You may have been just as suspicious if he'd shown up at your home immediately after what could easily appear to be Clive inviting you to an ambush. He still told you to come. He didn't change sides for good soon enough. Was the medicine really worth the risk? You could use over-the-counter pills from the pharmacy if things got bad. It wouldn't have worked the same. Clive had been making an effort up until now to meet your gaze to a small degree. Now, though, his eyes are turned completely downcast. Maybe I'm more tired than I thought. I can barely keep my eyes open. I'll answer more things tomorrow. Careful, if you sleep now, you might be up all night. When will your dad be back? Why are you coughing? Are you okay? Whoa, hey, are you catching a cold? You probably didn't have a proper place to stay during the night when you weren't in contact. I hope you didn't sleep outside. Just something caught in my throat. I was going to wait until your dad gets back before I rest. But who knows how long it'll take him to finish consulting his friend. A friend who knows about mutants? Apparently. He said he was some sort of hacker or cybersecurity expert. My father probably needs him to get scraps of information. And my father isn't exactly the trusting type, so if he figures Dexter is an ally, then But your father also trusted Kay. What if Kay had been a spy? Sorry, he was your friend. I shouldn't have suggested something like that. I thought that my one source of answers and guidance had been lying to me the whole time, or the thought of it hurts. Yeah. I'm sure Kay wanted to help you. Why do you think that? Because if he feels even, if he felt even slightly like, Clive, are you alright? Uh, um, Clive's hand limply falls to his side as his words trail further and further off. Clive, hey, what's wrong? Do you have a headache? Hurts. Oh no. Oh no. Clive? Oh boy. Don't tell me you fell asleep already. You could have at least moved to the couch first. His sleeping body has slumped over on your bed, hugging most of it to himself. Idiot. Don't make me worry about you when there's already so much on my plate. I'm gonna cover him. Fine, have it your way. You gently tuck the blanket over his legs, up to his waist, deciding not to cover him all the way just in case his hoodie makes him too warm. Okay. Sleep well. Alright, well, that's that, I suppose. Clive, you up yet? Still asleep, huh? Clive's sleepy breaths sound deep and unsteady. Okay, so while this man's is just sleeping, I'm ending this here. I don't know, this is crazy. But hey, at least my worries are somewhat managed because he's alive, he's decent. I can't say he's fine because that's a lie. But he's breathing, so that's a plus. But now we have a maniac on our tail, as he's always been. Why is this man so determined? I just need to know, please. But yeah, that is all for today's video. The more I go into this game, the more questions I have. And the more they're not getting answered. So, that's something. Is it something good? No, but it's something, right? Anyways, so I guess I will see you all in the next video. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Again, it's completely free. And if you don't like what you see here, you can always change your mind later. It's totally up to you. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.